Hey guys, it's Mike, another King Arthur Legends Rise video. Today we're going to talk about the upcoming week and what we got going on, how we did in all the events going on with Arthur. So we jump in these events here. It's been a pretty cool couple weeks. I've been pretty busy, so trying to get in and make videos and stuff like that's been a little bit rough. But I have been able to complete all of the events as they were coming through, getting them all knocked out, getting all those juicy rewards that are going on in there. So it's worked out pretty good. So we got 2 days left of the Arthur event. Last time the update actually came in on a Monday afternoon instead of Tuesday, which is normal for me. So potentially tonight, by the time this video actually launches, we might see something new in the game, but I do kind of doubt it because we do have 2 days left on the event. Although last time, even with the raid up summons and everything, it just overlapped for 24 hours. So theoretically that could happen. So on the raid up summons, I've only actually been able to stack up 4 since I've pulled, but I did pull 150 total raid up summons for Caliburn Arthur here. Got 2 chivalries on him, so that was pretty cool. He is smacking right now in that steel flank pen vid. He's doing a lot of damage, which is pretty cool. We do have some special summons here. I could wait until Brennan will probably be entering the summoning pool on the update potentially, but with my wish list the way it is now, I don't know that I would change out and put Brennan in here. Once Anya hits chivalry level 8 and Ira hits chivalry level 8, then I think I would potentially. I'd actually, seeing how Nika's already on chivalry level 8, I probably would actually pull her out and put Brennan in. But seeing how we have these summons and we're 15 away from pity, that's going to be really hard not to pull. So I think we'll probably do that at the end of the video. I did notice in the special offers, they have one of these guys that I look for. You get, for $7, you get 10 of the raid up summons. It's actually, I mean, if you're going to spend money, it's a pretty good value. You get quite a few summons. They're less than $1 a piece. Plus, on your first purchase, you do also get 5 additional special summons. And then I think I'm also going to pick up the, what do we got here? The champion pass. I think you get 20 raid up summons in here. 25 raid up summons in here, plus special summons, plus a lot of extra goodies. So I kind of feel like that's probably not a bad way to go. So we're going to go ahead and pick those up, get them on the account, be a dirty pay-to-win player. All right, so we did the dirty deed. We have a bunch of stamina coming in here too, so that'll be pretty nice. We're going to go ahead and claim all of that. The crystal consumption event will not be back in time for me to actually purchase this, so I will be buying this as well. I do need 48 raid ups or 48 crystals in order to do that, but we're gonna go ahead and claim this. We're gonna jump up. What do we get here? We got 1.6 million gold, is pretty good. 890 of the stamina, so that's actually really good as well, and 30 of the raid up summons. So that's, I thought it was 25, but apparently it's 30, so it's even better of a value there. We'll go ahead and jump over into that other pack and pick that up as well, because the second purchase will also get us an additional 5. So by spending that $7, I'm actually going to be getting 15 of the raid up summons instead of just 10. This is how I personally validate and justify my spending habits. But the other way I justify it is on the account over the last month, we've made about $30, $35 through the YouTube and AdSense. So it's kind of funding my my habit at this point, which is kind of fun. But, you know, I'd never recommend necessarily spending money on the game. But if you are going to spend money, you know, being strategic about picking which packs makes the most sense to you, which is going to move forward your account the best. Seeing how we potentially might be seeing a new champion come into the game in 2 days. You know, it's trying to get a little head start. So we were at 4. We now have 44 of these raid up summons. So we can complete the rest with rubies. We did pick up the other rubies we needed there to get into the commander pass as well, so we'll pick that up also and pick, so that's another 10 we're getting there, plus the rest of these goodies. So we're going to stack them all up. I think I'm probably going to run Gorgos just straight up with all this stamina and get as much gold on my account as possible, because I have a lot of upgrades to do. I've got Morgan maxed out right now with chivalry level 6 on 66, and Anya, Nika. But as we move down here, you got Sergius. I don't know that I'll take him to 62 because I use him a little bit, but definitely not as much since his nerf. But taking Rosier to straight level 70, Cormac to 70, K to 70, getting all these players up to their max levels, not to mention all of the rebuilds I'm doing with the gear that I got. I just never have enough gold. I'm blowing through it all the time. So I think I am going to, I totally meant to go this route, and I just spun her around. We're on the dance floor. So I'm just going to go through and knock out a bunch of Gorgos with all that stamina and see. It'll probably be the most gold I've ever had on my account at any given time. It's been a while since we talked about it, but every day in the market, I'm picking up these tomes. I'm picking up these talismans, the brooches. These you can farm, but I just find it easier to come in here and pick up 10 for the gold. It's probably, I'm always out of gold. It's when you start using these and upgrading things, it's really nice to have this stuff on your account. You can make a lot of headway in a single go. So those are some of the things. On the books and the talismans, you can only get so many of those on your account per day. So everywhere you have the opportunity to pick more of those up might be worthwhile. Once you get stacked up quite a few, maybe not so much. Like, I mean, if you look at like this, I have 241 of the rare. The rare ones I would definitely buy, but some of these uncommons here, 283. I don't know how frequently you're going to be using uncommon talismans, and on the uncommon books I got 372, but I still have a lot of upgrades to do on all of my common, uncommon, and rare characters, so along the way I probably will be using more than that. So just stacking them on the account's not going to hurt anything. Alright, I forgot, we actually got a free legendary character inside of that champion pass as well. We got a couple goodies here that might turn something good. So let's go ahead and get started with that. We'll get through all these materials. I found that I need to actually use these materials pretty regularly, because otherwise I get capped out. I was selling out all of my flat stat 5-star gear, which has been helpful as far as cleaning up my account here. I've been debating selling my flat stat 6-star gear from all these pieces, but I do feel like there's a lot of champions I have that have no builds on them at all that could benefit from having flat stat 6-star gear. So I don't know how much money I'd actually put into it though. Doesn't look like we got anything new there. I think Ban, we're dialed in. We need Frederick, I think Bodwin, and Arthur are the three that we're still looking for. I think we'll try to find a Storm Relic here. Maybe we can do a cheeky little 10 pull on each of these guys. That'd be pretty fun. But I am still looking for 3 rare relics in that space to just max out all my rares. So rares through uncommon, or rare through uncommon and commons would all be 100% done at that point. Let's see if we get anything good here. Got 6 pieces. I think we got these through on the events. There's a 6-star piece. There's a 6-star piece. Three 6-star pieces. That's pretty good. We'll take that all day long. Let's see if we get lucky here. We're going to get a rare or a legendary hero. And we got a rare. It's Nicholas. Pretty sure he's already Chivalry level 10. And let's jump in and see who our legendary is. This is the most anticlimactic way to pull a legendary character. Boom, we got a Charlotte. I think that's Chivalry level 2 or 3 for Charlotte, so that's actually pretty cool. We'll take that. Let me go track down, see if I can find one of these Storm Relics somewhere so we can do a 10 pull. So I was able to pick up some of those guys in the current event dungeon going on, so we're going to go ahead and pull those guys. We'll start with the Storm Relic here. We actually just reset Pity. I'm trying to remember. I think we got lots Storm Relic last time, so we're going to go ahead and pull these 10. We're guaranteed to get a rare. But obviously not necessarily the legendary, although that looks pretty gold to me, back to back. That is awesome. I'm trying to think of a Storm Relic I'd be super excited about, but we'll see. Hopefully it's new. That's what we want. We're just looking for something new on the account. Sigrun Storm, I'm not sure if that's new or not. She starts with her Flame Relic, I'm pretty sure. So that is a new relic for us. So that is awesome. That's a big win. Just as the collector in me, I'm not sure if it's a good relic or not. We'll have to take a peek at it. But I'm excited to get something new on the account. That's always fun. On the Frost Relic here, I was able to get all the way up to 20 with some of the tokens that I'd accumulated. I think I would really like to get a Lancelot Frost Relic. That'd be pretty sweet. I'm trying to think. I already have Morgan's Frost Relic. I already have Nika's Frost Relic. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that would really come to mind. I did get some comments in the suggestions for building out my teams for the Hall of Conquerors, and a lot. Oh, we got Arthur's Frost Relic, so that is awesome. We finished that up, so now we just need Frederick and I believe Bodwin. Frederick Storm, Bodwin Flame, if I remember correctly. So now we're down to two rare relics, and we'll be all dialed in. But the suggestions that came through in the comments, I really appreciate it because it helps me kind of work on the teams. But a lot of the relics that were suggested, unfortunately, I don't have built yet. So I need to start working on that to kind of better my teams. But I will be definitely putting some effort into that to see if I can push on a little further. So that's what we got on the frost relics. The flame relics were pretty far away from pity, but we'll get 20 more on these. In the flame, I'm trying to think who I'd be pretty excited to see a flame relic for. Nobody really comes to mind, but again, anything new is pretty exciting. We'll jump out here and see. We got nothing new. So I think Bodwin's flame relic would be pretty cool as far as rares go. But in the legendary sense, I'm trying to think. I feel like Anya's flame, I believe I need. And I would be pretty excited to pull Anya's flame relic there. But we're going to have to wait. We're going to have to wait a little longer. We didn't quite get it that time. And we got Ralph's flame relic. So we got stacking up quite a few tokens there. On here we got 19. I'm not going to do it. I can't spend even, was it 50 rubies for a standard summon to make it a 10 pack? I can't do it. We did get a rare though. That's pretty good. That's what you hope for on these guys. Just pick up a rare or two. So we'll zip in here, see who we got. We have Turin. So that's all going to be tokens going to the token shop. The token shop has definitely stepped up its game. There's a lot of great things in there. I want to mention, I've seen Morgan's Storm Relic in there. My brother saw Nika's Frost Relic in there. The champion that you can get Nika in there. You can get everybody that's in the summoning pool seems to be going through there. So you're probably not going to see Brendan or Caliburn Arthur for another couple weeks. Brendan might enter it at the update, but we'll see. But that would be super cool. But it's a really great way to stack up additional chivalries. So we have, what do we got? We've got 52 now. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pull these guys here and see what we get. I think we're actually going to pull Nika out of here because I don't need to get her chivalry level 9 or 10. Let's see who we would like to get in here. So I think we're going to pull Nika out and put Saris in. I know I've got a long way to go on Saris, but getting her to chivalry level 8 is going to be a big win for the account. So we're going to start putting that together. It could actually be smarter. I'm so eager. It'd probably be smarter to wait till the update and see about if Brendan comes in because his first 4 chivalries, I think, are super solid. So I would probably put him in there, but they're pretty generous with what they give you here. Although I bought most of these, I guess. So, generous or not. But I think these guys here would definitely be champions. I'd be excited to upgrade. If we do get an Anya, I would love to get her to chivalry level 8 where she starts getting those heals. So that'd be a huge win. Then we'd pull her out of the wish list and see where we go. So it's not looking good so far. It might take us all the way to pity. And it is. It's going to take us all the way to pity. We need 15, so we got 2 rares. Still have, I'm not sure how many. I think 4 or 5 rares that we're still stacking up chivalries for. So hopefully we can get those wrapped up today. But we'll see. Actually, well, some of them we need a lot of chivalries for. We're definitely not getting them wrapped up today. But this one we should be hitting pity here. There's this hyper flex to get that legendary character out of there. Could we get 2? Nope, we're not getting 2. We got 1 though. Let's see who it is. Vengeance only begets vengeance. That is a Morgan. So that is an awesome pull there. Got to pay attention because once she gets to chivalry level 8, although I think she picks up more speed on chivalry level 9, so it'd probably be good to take her all the way to 9. Ideally, she'd just be my first maxed out character, but let's see here. We're on 6. That's only 7, so we definitely want to keep her in that summoning pool for now. Let's see if we can get lucky. This wish list is something special. It really is very player friendly. It's probably way too generous, to be honest with you, especially with the summoning pool that as small as it is. But for a new player on the account, you could actually really focus where you want to start stacking chivalries, where you want to focus your intentions. There's a Ralph there. I think that wraps up Urians. The rest of those guys are going to be tokens. That's gold. That's gold. So we didn't have to go to pity. That is awesome. Let's see who we got. It's been a little bit since I've gotten a 2 pull, so maybe we're due. So we got an Iwarit. All right. So that is awesome for Iwarit. I'm trying to think on the chivalry. I think around chivalry level 4, all the way at 8, she becomes super strong. But chivalry level 4, I believe, is a big pickup for her. I already have her on 4, so that's taking her to 5, so that's pretty cool too. So that is awesome. It is. You sit here and you look and you're like, I can only get these 4 characters. which is really cool because you can focus in, and I mean it's just super generous. But we're gonna pull these last 10 and see if we can get back-to-back lucky. Not so far. Extra flex, not today. All right, so we'll sit tight on that. I mean, getting 2 out of 50 summons is pretty solid, so I can't really complain too much there. Let's see here. We did get another Urians. I think for sure he's done now, but I think the extra one's going to be tokens. If we take a look at our chivalries we got on Morgan, we're going to get some added defense, added HP, so that's going to be a big win for her. And then on the next one, we get that enhanced to her ability with the suspended animation. And then on that 9th chivalry, we get an additional 15 speed, which would be super helpful. Anya, we did not pull. And Iweret we did, so we're gonna get attack and attack speed for Iweret, so that's gonna be a big win for her. She, with her new build, she's actually smacking pretty hard, so that is gonna be a pretty big win to get that extra 15% attack. And then on her 6th chivalry, get an additional 15% attack, which is gonna be pretty solid as well. If we zip over to Charlotte over here, we already have her 1st chivalry, so we're gonna pick up an additional 10% attack with that 2nd chivalry there. And then on Sigrun, we want to take a peek at her relic here on the Storm. We're going to summon that, make sure it's on the account, and then see what we got going on here. So on the A, we'll start with the A1. Attacks one enemy, 50% chance to inflict mark for 2 turns. I think that's going to be the same that she's got on the flame as well. On the A2, attacks one enemy, damage 63%, and 70% chance to do taunt, which I think is new for her because she does the escort where she helps protect your ally. So that's going to be slightly different, but another taunt would be pretty big. I think currently the only taunt I have is Brennan, so that is kind of cool to have that. It is a single target and 70% chance. It will book all the way up to 85 when we get there. And then on her A3, charge attack must be charged for 1 turn and attacks one enemy 2 times. Total damage is pretty heavy. 100% chance for the first hit to decrease the attack gauge by 80%. That's actually huge. 85% chance to inflict attack decrease 2 for 3 turns, and 100% chance for the last hit to inflict mark for 2 turns. I don't think that her other charge attack does the mark, but it doesn't do any. The damage isn't as high, and it doesn't do the turn meter drop. So I gotta feel like that Storm Relic is actually better than her Flame. It's probably a pretty strong pickup, and adding that extra debuff of Taunt to give me an extra champion that can do that. If you were running Sigrun and Brennan on the same team, you could spread that Taunt around so everybody's just doing their A1. That'd be pretty solid. All right, and last but not least, we got Urians here. We're going all the way to Chivalry level 10. Getting him dialed in. He is a beast of a guy. Look at, he's just massive. I've actually seen he can do some stuff for you, especially early game. Unfortunately, by the time I got him, I had a lot of other characters going on, and I never got a chance to build him, but he's there ready to go. But as champions like this, you might use that flat stat 6-star gear versus lesser gear. But it would pull it out of your item bag once you equip it to him. So that's just something to keep in mind as far as that goes. I do need to start building out some more champions, and I do have a lot of builds like Anguish over here. Pretty sure he's sitting on, I actually went through and rebuilt him, but he does have quite a few pieces of 5-star gear. If we look at Claudus though, Claudus probably, here's 4-star gear on Claudus. Clarison, 4-star gear on Clarison. Gwaine, I don't even do 4-star gear on Gwaine. So there's a lot of champions I could really step up with some of the flat stat 6-star gear, even though it's not ideal. And then you could replace those pieces as you get better ones. I did want to jump into the Hall of Conquerors real quick just to show you the teams that I don't think they've changed a lot since my last video. I did take the advice and move Nika and Morgan into their Frost Relics. They're not as maxed out as their Flame Relics, but it did set a new record for me. It looks like I'm a pretty far cry from getting all the way to level 40, and at level 40, that's where you would pick up those additional Rudiment Memory Stones. Right here, you get 3 of them. So, unfortunately, I think I'm pretty far away, although with Iweret's new Chivalry, maybe we can do a little more damage. I might run that again, seeing how you can run as many times as you want. I did adjust my Talos team quite a bit. I took Lancelot out of lead, moved Bedivere over to do a little more damage, and then I did have, what's her name, Gillian in here. to do extra heals, but Vivian ended up being able to keep my entire team topped off and get me through the 200 full 200 turns. So bringing in Rosier to do some dot damage got my score way up. I think I was sitting at like 19 hearts killed. So this is definitely better, but I'm sitting on level 57 here, and if I'm able to squeak into that top 50 on the season, I'm going to start getting my first copy of Caliburn Arthur's Flame Relic, which would be super huge. I mean, obviously you got to do that 10 times to get in the top 50 unless you can press on, and I'm definitely not going to be sitting in the top 10, I don't think. I think top 50 is going to be about what I could do, but for the time being, it'd be great to start collecting some of those on the account. So I do think that I have some areas to work on here. I had some suggestions in the comments about removing Tristan and some other folks and trying some different things here. I am right there. So I'm pretty confident this one I'm going to be able to get to 30. The RNG and Steel Flank Pinvid is a little rough because depending on which champion he goes after initially to put on that heal block, it can kind of cut your run super short. Like if he goes after Turin right away, it's pretty much over because my healer goes down. If he goes after Anya, which I don't know that he ever does, but if he does, she has really high resistance because she gets extra attack power from it. So sometimes she actually does resist that debuff from what I can tell. And I did move Tristan and Turin into effect resistant belts to hopefully try to press that on, and that's how I got all the way to level 29. But if I could just get a little bit more, we could get to level 30. I can get those extra 2 rudiment memory stones. And then I think with some more adjustments here over at Talos, I should be able to press this on to level 30, especially with all the gold I'm getting from Gorgos and leveling up some of these champions and getting them a little further along, and then see if I could press that on to get those extra rudiment memory stones as well. Hopefully that would get me into the top 50 if I could get that dialed in. But we're going to go ahead and keep pressing on. We do have 2 days left to do it. By the time the video launches, probably only be 1 day. But I've been having a lot of fun right in here in the Hall of Conquerors, and they were talking about cycling out these bosses, so every season there potentially could be new mechanics coming into it. But I think that's about what I got for you today. I'm going to keep my eye open for that update in case something comes in a little bit early like last time. But hopefully we get a new champion in the game, although there has been quite a few things to work on in the interim, especially getting your champions that are Chivalry level 10 all the way up to level 70. But always could use some new champions in the game, maybe even a rare champion. If you are looking for a clan, please come join us over at MikeGoG. We're trying to put together 25 active players so that we can basically get logged and get those rewards every day. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me all the way to the end, and I look forward to seeing you next time.